All right. Hey everyone, it is Shalonda and I'm back. And yeah, so I'm just gonna talk, right? So again, this is something that I just realized, right? So we can just talking about energy right now. And I feel like I can see the energy when it comes to many things, right? It's just a gift. It's a gift. I don't even know how to explain it. If anyone else even can see it this deep, but like I read energy and I read things and so again, when it comes to certain things I can see, I have to try to talk in a certain manner, right? I have to talk in a certain manner, so I don't get flagged or whatever, right? So, I sense the energy. Like I felt for the past couple of days like a threatening kind of energy. Now, I know that on the media, they've been talking about like some emails of Hunter Biden or something come, like why randomly all the stuff that's going on in the world. I don't know why we would be talking about Hunter Biden's emails right now. Like it just came back up. I know they talked about it before, right? But again, so again, symbolically, that is kind of like to let certain people know, possibly. I feel like it's kind of like a threatening energy to let people know that maybe overstepping or maybe going in a direction to slow down because basically if they can get Hunter Biden's emails, right, then that means they can get who else's emails and photographs and do what with them. So it's the same thing, like I'm telling you, on all the levels, right? Especially when it comes to that level up top, and then when it comes to the so-called indigenous community or so-called community, black community or whatever, right? They think that I don't know that information has been leaked or that there is somebody tapping something or there's some surveillance going on, right? To whatever, with technology these days, who knows? I have to be concerned about using my bathroom. I have to be concerned about certain things that may be going on when people are in maybe like a sleep, right? When we're talking on a spiritual, if you're not on a spiritual journey, then you may not know, right? But again, us that can see in many different layers, right, have many things to watch out for. And it's kind of like once you see something, you can't unsee it, right? And it's kind of like how I think Dick Gregory said, when a universe pick you, because you can't, what I'm saying, nobody don't understand. You can't just give this energy to somebody else and have them pick it up, and you can't force other people to see it. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that you have to kind of like deal with. So I totally 100% feel what he's saying, right? And so there's a way that you have to kind of compromise and speak. You have to speak swiftly, you have to speak quick, you have to get straight to the point, because people, the brain cells, right? Some people these days, they don't want to retain information that is, again, and if it's something that's rubbing you the wrong way, you're not going to want to hear it, right? You're not going to want to hear it. And so they're not noticing that I'm aware that people are taking my information and chopping it up to make it sound like I'm saying something that I'm not, right? Then, because again, the whole thing about the growth of the channel, right, is I know that there's a multitude, I can sense a multitude of people may have had access to my information. What is being done to make sure that I don't get direct, that I don't get credit for my work, right? Because they're building other people up to do the work, right? So I don't get credit for my work, and so that they can keep the reins on my channel. Okay, what I feel like is the information is maybe being taken from here and delivered on a mass scale, right? And it might even be chopped up into pieces and delivered there. So that if things don't go their way, or if the longer reigns cannot take control of me, then I will not have a platform left. It will be like starting from the bottom, right? So again, there's no growth on my channel, even though I know there's a multitude of people that are listening to the message. It's just as a sign from God that already tells me that this kind of things are going on. So to keep the reins on this girl, this is how we're going to operate. We're not only going to crucify her from the top with our money and our power and our positions, we're going to allow the people at the bottom to do the same thing. So it's kind of like they're roasting a turkey, you know what I'm saying, or a pig or something, you know, like in, you know, how they do in some customs, they roast the pig out over the fire with a little, you know, whatever it's called, you know what it's called, okay? So again, it's just the way it works, you know, and people, they hide behind those lenses. They hide behind, you know, I don't even see how some of these people can sleep at night with themselves. I just don't. But again, like I said, I'm already prepared. Like source already, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. And that's what I'm saying. Like nothing is going to be done because this is how it's been done for a very long time. And it's just like when we're talking about mounting asses or horses, right? It just so happens that in the 1700s and 1800s, it was a little bit more physical. Nowadays, we're in a time of technology and things are kind of different. So you would have to be someone that can see between the parallels of these universes. You would have to be someone that is an oracle, a seer, a crystal viewer. You would have to be someone that have these type of gifts to be able to go, I think, to this level of seeing. And I think this makes them them meaning the people that are in certain positions right now of power, very nervous. And so again, just know that when it comes to those of us that are being so-called targeted, that they have been at work at this for a very long time. And it just so happens that some of us know who we are, right? And so again, we're going to get it worse than others. And it's not like, oh, well, God is just doing that because you have what is going to be put on you by source, and you have what is going to be put on you by those who want to be in the likeness of God. And they use their money, power, and politics and things to pull the reins and control things all the time. And especially when it comes to something or someone that they don't understand, or someone that doesn't want to go and have reins put on them, used on them at all, right? They will allow the people, like I said, even in lower caste and class, to obtain that. And that's what I'm saying about this whole thing when it's coming to politics. That's what I'm talking about when it's talking about this whole thing of making sure during these transitions and during these floods, because that's what this is, right? That they make sure that the people that are coming in have an advantage over the people that are here in the Americas, because they are the original people. Their lives right now where we are don't mean more than anybody else's. It's just what it is. It is just the facts. It is just the facts that some of us are special. And there's not just one leader this time. There's many of us that are gifted, and there's many of us that are here to do something. Whether people like it or not, whether the corporations and these big industries and stuff like that like it or not, it just is how it is. And again, like, instead of fighting it, people need to try to get a better understanding of it. And I tell you all the time, if you come up here to this channel, or if somebody is doing, you don't ever want to chop up my, because this is going to sound like something that is totally not. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to, with my information, you want to be able to listen to the whole thing. If you don't have time to listen to the whole thing, you don't want to hear nothing I have to say. And then you don't need to. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I'm looking at it, right? So anybody can make anything sound like anything today. If there's anyone out there that still claims that I'm racist, or if I'm pushing some kind of narrative or something like that, then they're totally incorrect. So that's how I look at it. I just go to the roots, and I like to deal with somewhat of facts, and I like to go ahead and go with it, right? So again, we cannot argue what is done, what's being done, how it's used. Many people are going to see it in so many different ways. It's just the way it is.